Some people might say that the way the world economy is going now is like never before. Banks, even big ones like Silicon Valley, are falling apart. It appears that the US dollar is on the way down. Since the US dollar is or used to be the strongest currency in the world, its decline will have a significant impact on the global economy. But how will that affect the Shiba Inu in particular? And how will it affect those still in development? Zai stablecoin, well, that's what today's video is about. So make sure you keep watching. Disclaimer, get started right away. Analysts have seen the value of the US dollar slowly and steadily depreciate over time. This means that the dollar may not lose much of its value all at once one day, but the way things are going, it will lose a lot of value in the near future. Since the United States is almost a superpower, most people probably wouldn't think their currency would go down. But it did. And it didn't start just yesterday. As far as I can tell, the value of the dollar has been declining since the late 20th century and 70s. During this time, inflation almost got out of control, and U.S. banks and central banks around the world began to lose confidence in the currency and lower the amount of U.S. dollars in reserve. Although the U.S. economy improved in the 1980s, central banks were still cautious. So, in the 70s of the last century, the U.S. dollar accounted for 85% of the world's foreign exchange reserves. By 1990, the number had fallen to about 46%. During this time, banks and private individuals were looking for other ways to store value, and many of them chose gold. When the dollar fell, gold became a way to protect against it. And since the dollar is falling again, I think people will be looking for something else to hold on to. Gold may be one of these things, as well as cryptocurrency. As more and more countries decide to stop using the US dollar, this is becoming more and more of a reality. China is at the center of this movement and has already struck a deal with a number of countries, including Brazil, to stop accepting US dollars as payment for services. This means that the United States may go down faster in the next few years, which may make more people interested in cryptocurrency, as the dollar is depreciating and many central banks around the world have already started buying gold. The amount of gold in their reserves is slowly rising, and gold may soon be worth more than fiat currencies. Either that or central banks may start to favor cryptocurrency, which is not tied to any economy and should not be affected by what any country is going through. But the problem is not just with central banks. People who used to trust banks and the economy but no longer do so will surely look at cryptocurrencies as a safe place to put money. The Shib is now a very good choice. First of all, the Shiba Inu ecosystem has been steadily growing and expanding, which has attracted the attention of people who may not know much about cryptocurrency. I mean, think of going to a restaurant to eat and seeing Shib logos all over the place. You will be very interested if you know a lot about cryptocurrency or Shib. And this is what happens. Shib are everywhere now, and there are many good projects that catch people's attention. People talk about Shib because they have so many good projects, and with the way the economy is going, it seems like all of these projects couldn't come at a better time. And most importantly, Shib is the best very cheap cryptocurrency right now. Shib is one of the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap, but it doesn't cost as much as 1 cent if you want to invest in cryptocurrencies to protect your money from inflation and keep them safe. Shib seems to be one of the best coins, if not the best option. Now, the fact that Shib are a large part of the traditional market also helps. That is, many brands now accept Shib as a form of payment, which may show people that Shib are worth holding and cuddling. After all, you can buy everything from food to houses with Shib. So more people will be interested in the game if they know they can actually use the token outside of the game. The main point of what I said is that a lower US dollar does not have to be horrific for the economy. Although it would be cryptocurrency, and Shib in particular could save the day if people let it. And since China and a number of other countries have decided not to trade with the dollar anymore, it seems that we have no choice. Now, before you move on, here's a message for people who want to make money fast. By clicking on the first link in the description, you can join my private group and get access to the biggest airdrops in the cryptocurrency space. You may be wondering what all this means. Well, you do simple things like download an app and get tokens as a reward. Some of these symbols can go up 100 times, which can make your 5 minutes of work worth a lot. Here we include airdrops. You can trust more, so the first link in the description is for you. You have some free time and you want to make money quickly. Now, if people decide that a ship is their best option, it will be good for them because they will protect their wealth no matter what happens in the economy. But more important is the fact that those who have been herding sheep for a long time will certainly benefit from the arrival of new people. If all of these new people decided to burn sheep, the token could reach 1 cent, which would be a huge deal. So the new folks don't have to stick to the sheep to see them go to the moon. But before we get to that, this channel gives away 100,000 sheep every day to anyone who wants to participate. Just subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. I miss Shiba Inu. Good luck! Most of the time the price of a token will go up, just because a lot of new people join the ecosystem. But more than that, and you must remember that every Shiba Inu project was created to burn sheep. So the fact that hundreds of thousands of people interact with these projects should increase burns, which could drive up the price of sheep. And if this happens, the sheep could make a whole new group of people, millionaires or even billionaires. How will this affect you? Should you consider buying sheep now before others do? Well, you must decide that for yourself. This is not advice about money. Make sure you figure things out on your own. If you think this was really helpful, please leave a comment and tell your friends about this video. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, making it easier for me to keep making better videos. Just one more thing before we leave for the day. The sheep token is not the only Shiba Inu token that could benefit from a loss in the value of the US dollar due to rolls in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Other Shiba Inu symbols, flesh and bone, will also benefit, but a lower US dollar could hurt Shib stablecoin, which is still being manufactured now. If you know anything about stablecoins, you know that people love them because they are supposed to be less volatile than cryptocurrencies. So people who want to invest in cryptocurrencies because they are not tied to any economy or government, but are worried about their high volatility, usually invest in stablecoins. Stablecoins are not as volatile as regular cryptocurrencies because they are pegged to fiat currency, most of the time dollar. This has worked well for stablecoins so far. But if the dollar goes down in value, stablecoins, as it also does, they will also drop in value. They will remain pegged to the dollar, which means they will retain the value of the dollar, which may not be so great compared to other currencies. However, since it has not yet been launched, the Shiba Inu dev team still has time to change their strategy. They don't have to unleash anything. All they have to do is peg it to a more stable currency, and all will be well. If you could give the Shiba Inu development team some advice, what would chill them? Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. Finally, many people may have been anxious and even a little upset because the development team kept harassing Shib and had not yet released it. It seems they were right to be concerned and upset. This delay means that if they play their cards right, they can advance in the game. We just have to trust that they will. We have come to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please like it. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This helps me with